Welcome to another edition of the Smokebox. We are here with Chef D, special guest in the box, first timer. We're gonna get it popping on some funky fill tips with some sort of insane flower that we pulled down from Dr. Green Thumb's dispensary in Silmar. Yes, and they are on funky fill tips. How you doing, D?
I'm doing excellent. How about yourself?
I'm all right. In the box with this is DJ Nels and E-Zone, you know, of BREALTV. And we are in here with Chef D, who is known for being one of the top cannabis chefs out there. Put out a cookbook,
Yep,
you know, stamped by Dr. Green Thumb, by the way.
that's right. Because it's known as the Happy Chef. That's what
Happy
THC stands for.
The Happy Chef. That was your original name, your original name that you came in to the cannabis industry with as a chef, right?
Yep, correct. I was the Happy Chef, and then, I was probably the Happy Chef for a good 5-6 years, and then got a Happy Chef uniform. So it was like a company out of New Jersey that had been around since the early 90s, sent me a cease and desist. But
Yeah, as it happens.
But my copyright with the Happy Chef, I got to, my book is awesome. I just couldn't have the same URL, so I had to rename myself. So I became Edible Dee. That's on the socials, and kind of rock with that for a little bit.
The Edible Dee. Now, what inspired you to write the book? To put your recipes in the book?
Well, let me see.
Well, because you're obviously an activist and you're
Yes,
a consumer, and
Well, basically about 9-10 years ago, I ended up losing my sister off a methadone overdose. And, I had a nephew by her, and he was 8 when she passed. And at that point, she was going in and out of rehab for, heroin. And of course, she's been prescribed something that the doctors tell you is going to help you, so
Right.
you trust that. And,
which a lot of people do.
which a lot of people do. And, we ended up losing her over that, and it was a hard time for our family. And at that moment, I was probably the worst version of myself. Like
Right.
alcohol, like you lose your blood, you're around your nephew is hard. And then it kind of, honestly, cannabis kind of got me off all of that. And I decided, I went into holistic major, and I don't even keep aspirin in my house.
Right.
I turned to natural everything for any ailment and focus on just diet, overall health and well-being. And I've always believed that you cook with your medicine. Food is your medicine. Plants are medicine.
And you keep a pretty, solid regimen of keeping active, like working out and eating clean and infusing some of the meals, right?
Absolutely. Anything from, like fungi, fungi are amazing, probiotics, to your antioxidants, blueberries, blackberries, to cannabis. It's, it all has compounds in it that are mirrored with the entourage effect in every plant that's in existence. Terpenoids, of course, like linalool is in the mint family, which is found in mint, basil, rosemary, lavender, but also in cannabis.
Yeah.
They're all paired so well together,
And so this was like your path into helping other people through, through the things you went through with your family. This was like an inspiration to go on a path and, help people with cannabis.
Yeah.
As opposed to the over-the-counter pharmaceutical bullshit that they give people that does nothing but suppress something and make something else an issue.
Okay, so when I first started making edibles, that was 10 years ago. That was before labs. We're marking our shit as extra strength, regular dose, Then labs came and we all had to get good. All of a sudden you're looking at certificates of analysis, you're studying the compounds, the levels, and then you realize there's levels to this shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables in process.
A lot of it, and everybody's different. Like me, I'm not into the cheeses, apologies to that strain, but head cheese, I can't do. I like the OGs, the more indica dominant strains versus it's all just their inner ingredients agree with me more. And I realized that when I started meeting patients and actually dosing patients, that for the rec market, I can make this line of gummies, and I use, this batch of oil for the whole thing. But
Right.
that batch is not necessarily good for everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Because the dosages vary.
yeah.
Like, what would you say for the average person that doesn't necessarily do edibles? What would you say a good dosage on the milligrams would be for an edible?
Definitely always, it depends on everybody for your blood type, your diet, your body mass. But for mainstream, like not consumers like ourselves,
Right.
probably 2.5 to 5 milligrams.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'd say 2.5 to 5 too. Because
That's
because anything like going to 10, you are going to feel it heavy if that's not
Because you've never
your
taken an
thing.
edible.
Yeah, if you've never taken an edible, you got to it's like you got to build your tolerance to that. It's like when back in the day they told you, they gave you like a brownie or some sort of shit that was, here, only eat half of it, because they don't even know how much.
Only ate a bite.
They don't even know how much they dosed it with. You know what I mean? Because measurement hadn't really been considered at that
No.
time in any edible that you had up to now. Now you have to consider the dosage that you're putting into each, let's say, gummy, each chocolate bar, each cupcake, each anything. It has to, have the milligrams present so that you know what's in it.
Yeah.
Because that's part of compliance now.
Oh, absolutely.
The net weight, the ingredients,
I was just about to say that.
every aspect of information that you can actually provide, that has to be a part of it. And milligrams is going to definitely be the main component, because the person consuming's got to know how much they can take.
Yeah, and as you just said, the net weight, like I learned this doing consults. Like lately, I've been doing a lot of work. I was partnered with a cannabis research company, and then I've been doing a lot of work helping other brands, other countries, getting formulated, getting tested, and basically getting compliant with the labs. Because
Right.
I've been lab compliant now for 6-7 years, and it's very new to places. So like, I went to Colombia and like Costa Rica, and just working with their chefs down there. It's I did one consult once that their recipes were all in like cups and teaspoons and stuff, and they didn't even have it grammed out into the cavities of how exact many count of units. And I'm like, oh goodness, like how are you even hitting your mark? Like,
Right.
Which is why like the edible industry has been almost feared by majority of mainstream users, because they've all had a bad edible experience. Everyone's had a bad one.
Yeah, I've had a terrible.
Tell
I
us
Tell
remember
us
that
about it.
that day. It was one of the best days.
Just real quick, some guys came by here, brought medicated bacon, 100 milligrams
Oh.
a strip,
7 types of
I was
different
here that
flavors.
day.
like trays of them.
Crisp.
I didn't even ask what were the milligrams on them until after, but I ate I think it was 7.5 or 8 strips.
Because nobody does now. Nobody asks.
When you see that much bacon, though, it was
was
bomb,
great
like,
bacon.
It was bomb. That shit was really
listen,
good.
Let me tell you something.
Fire.
I caught myself up too with that same bacon nose. I ate like 3 strips, and when I got home, I was in the zone. It wasn't necessarily overwhelming, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
And I realized that I dosed myself up that day.
Measurements are important. I remember going to a meet and greet of yours, Vera, and you're just hanging out, and they give me a bag of cookies, and it says 5 milligrams each, and I'm like, well, I'm fucking smoking 100 milligrams every fucking 30 minutes. So like, what difference? I ate the whole bag, and I was like, they're only 5 milligrams.
Yeah,
I
no.
was like, I ate another bag. I remember on the way home, it was the worst drive ever.
When
I
you're
felt like
thinking,
I was on a mushroom
how many
trip.
cookies did you eat?
I think I want to say I ate like maybe 18 cookies because they were this
Okay,
big.
so think about that. How many milligrams did you have?
That's yeah.
You had
That's
what?
like well over 1,000 milligrams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really dosed
I
yourself.
felt like I lost. I almost called 911. I thought I was having a heart attack. Started like losing my fucking mind.
Well,
A lot.
because that's what happens if it's dosed too hard or you ate too much of it, you're gonna feel the anxiety from it. Like when it comes, you have to just breathe and embrace it and go on the ride. Find something to do to get your mind in a pleasant place, or just go to sleep. Because realistically, there's no coming off that ride. That ride is done.
Right.
And so that's exactly what you said, Izon. So you said, I consume 100 plus milligrams of, flower cannabis a day. You know what? So
It's not the same game.
definitely not. Oh no, definitely not.
Don't try that shit at home.
Now enters player one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That shit slap.
So, well, when you consume it like inhaling though, like delta 9 gets in, all the other cannabinoids, they get into your bloodstream by smoke expanding into your lungs, right? Yeah. And then so when you eat it, it changes the molecule completely, and it goes into like 11-hydroxy tetrahydrocannabinol. So when it's processed to your liver, it lasts longer, it's more potent, it's more psychoactive, and as Joe Rogan says, it allows you to talk to dolphins.
It does. So if there was a chef trying to, or someone that's like, obviously a cook at home trying to now, apply CBDs and the THC, the stuff that's actually, gonna get you high, but also gives you a medical benefit, what would be the best advice you can give them, like to research on how to do it?
Like cooking for yourself at home?
Yeah.
Definitely visit my website, deliciously.com. Obviously, I'm going to say the Happy Chef Cookbook. It's amazing I break it down for you at very, very easy. It's very user-friendly of like how to dose yourself at home. And also I give you over 25 healthy recipes and 25 happy recipes.
Yes, that's a nice touch.
And I make it so that, because you are your best doctor. I'm very promoting of like grow your own medicine at home, cook for yourself, you're in charge of your own ingredients. But if you, even if obviously get the Happy Chef Cookbook, but I have a lot of free recipes and formulas and different science behind all the different compounds of the plant on my website for free.
Nice. What's your favorite strain you like to chief or dab or whatever?
Ooh. Dang.
We already know it's probably an OG of some sort.
I was going to say an Insane OG, or then I got
There you go.
Insane OG. I picked that. That was actually my first purchase at Dr. Green Thumb Silmar.
Well, thank you very much.
I drove in opening day, had to come see the doctor and the family. Come support. Definitely go by. They have all the best flavors.
Word up. Thank you very much for that, and thank you for taking the time to jump in the box. Let them know where they could find you.
At Edible Dee on everything. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and obviously my website, deliciously.com.
Word up. And make sure you take a trip to Dr. Green Thumb's in Silmar, 12751 Foothill Boulevard. It's poppin'. We'll see you later. Keep blazing. Stay peace.
Got the heart of a lion, soul of a titan, mind of a genius, fly with the heighten. All your senses is senseless, resistant, relentless. It's what they call you when your grind is endless. Let's get this.
They say I'm psycho, I move weight like lipo. Got a big crib like Michael, out the window with a rifle. My wrist game on light show. I'm backstage with white hoes. I got pre-rolls in that red cup, that's key lime, don't like those.
Got a full